What's up, guys? It's the Carp here, back again with another video, and welcome to Football Manager Mobile 2019. And this is going to be a AS Monaco save, and I'm doing this because Monaco finished 2 points off of the relegation zone in real life, 2 points off the relegation playoff, 3 points off the relegation zone. So an extremely bad season for them. So we're going to bring them back to glory a little bit. Hopefully we can win the league eventually and the Champions League. But the long-term goal of this series isn't just Monaco. I'm going to be trying to make France the top league in the world. The best league in the world is what I'm sort of calling the series. If this does alright, if you guys are enjoying it, I might do it for a couple other leagues as well. I've done one with Scotland just like in my own free time, who were 24th. I took charge of the Scotland national team in that one. I'm not going to be taking charge of the French national team in this one because it was a bit much. We got a little bit boring, but I actually managed to get Scotland all the way up to 3rd in the world in the league standards, and then reputation as well. It was the same thing. Usually they're pretty similar. But as you can see right now, we are 4-star, a whole half-star behind Germany, Italy, and England, star behind Spain. So we're going to close that gap. But this is the main one, the coefficients. You get this coefficient up by doing well in the Champions League, both with your club and just other clubs from the same nation. So we're going to be rooting for other French teams as well throughout this whole series. And eventually, I'm going to want to move to other clubs. Probably not PSG, because they'll be alright by themselves. Maybe like, I don't know, Olympique Lyon, maybe Olympique Marseille, maybe a lower level team. And we're going to try to get them to have a nice, successful squad as well, because that'll help in the long term. But we'll be at Monaco for at least a couple seasons. So that is the goal of this series. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at our team. And I'm not actually going to be doing any transfers or games in this episode. I'm just going to be kind of looking over the menus and showing you what I've done so far. So I just kind of did some tedious stuff off camera. I set my lineup. We got Subasic in goal, Henriks at right back, Ballo-Touré at left back, Glick and Hemerson are 2 center backs, Fabregas at center mid, Ronnie Lopez at the right, Shadley on the left, Golovin in the middle, at attacking mid, and then Falcao up top. I've got them set up to their tactical roles the way that I want them to be. So I like inside forwards on the left, wing backs, or inside forwards on the wings, and wing backs as well as opposed to fullbacks. You can also go defensive fullback. There's all kinds of different tactical roles if you've never played this game before. But those are the ones we're going with. And ideally, I would like to have probably a deep playmaker or a central mid in this position, maybe even a balling mid. Potentially a box-to-box mid. I just don't want 3 advanced playmakers. Now, if Golovin was a trequartista or a shadow striker, I wouldn't mind having 2 attacking mids here. It'd be a pretty attacking formation, but that's usually how I like to play. But that's how I've got the formation set up. On the bench, we got a few players as well. The only one we're missing, I'll go through it real quick. So we got Naldo at center back, Ali Sami at left back, Pierre Gabriel at right back, and I'm training him to play left back as well. Then we have Aholu and Adrian Silva at center mid, and then Vinicius up top. Now, he's a little iffy, but he does have high aerial and high shooting, decent strength, and stamina as well. So usually players like that do tend to make pretty decent subs, and he's one of the few players, him and Silva, that I didn't cancel a loan for. All the other players I loaned back, except for Nkudu as well, but I might send him back on loan. And then we have a lot of players out on loan as well right now that I'm not able to bring back because unfortunately a lot of them, I'm not sure if it's just because they don't have recall clauses, but when you loan out players in an actual save, you can set a recall clause, and I always do. But a player like George or Jorge, I'm going to call him Jorge. He's Brazilian. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced, but Jorge is a really good left back that I've used in a different save. But as you can see, I can't really there's nowhere that I can go to loan him back. It should be right here. It would say recall from loan or on the bottom screen there. But that's just a player that we're going to have to use next season. Hopefully he'll get a little bit better playing at Porto or FCP, as you can see there. Not all leagues have licensing. Luckily, Ligue 1 does. But yes, we got a few players still loaned out. Tielemans is another one who I'd really like to have back in the squad. I mean, he's good enough to play in our squad, I would say, right now. But unfortunately, we can't use that. So I'm going to go into hide ineligible, which is including loan players. Just have a nice, more condensed view. So that's our whole squad. We also have a reserve team to choose from. Now, they do actually play their own games, which is nice. I like taking control of teams that have actually like active reserve teams, because some leagues don't have active reserve teams. They just kind of sit there. So I left a couple of decent players in the reserve team. I did anyone with 3.5 stars or above, I moved up, except for this guy right here. He just recently went up in rating, but again, he's got 9 defending. Not really someone that I want playing at the back right now, maybe eventually. Maybe we might look to send him on loan. Well, let's go ahead and go back to the first team here. Sorry if I was shaking a little bit there. I gotta resist shaking my knees, or my legs. Just, I'm restless. But, sorry for the sniffle as well. I'm getting over some bronchitis. You might hear me cough a couple times as well, but that's what that is. So, we are missing a couple players here. I did bring in, so Ali Sami is the only transfer so far, and that's the only one that I did off camera. It just took a while looking through left back, so I decided just not to put any of it in. But that's the only transfer that I made. He cost 2.3 million, 14 crossing, 13 dribbling, 13 passing, 11 tackling, and 14 stamina. Those are the attributes that I look at for left backs. It's also nice to have pace, but not a key attribute. So he's a decent enough player. But the player that I've got currently at left back actually just like increased, not without like he didn't play any games or anything, but players will often just like go up in certain ratings on their own, and you know he got crossing, dribbling, passing, and tackling. So I went ahead and bumped him up to that starting position. But we do need currently a center mid in the squad, and that's going to be, I'm looking for a starter there. And then I also need, you can see that 6th position there, sub 6. I'm also looking for a winger to fill that. Hopefully somebody who can play on both sides. And really, Chadley isn't the greatest. Ronnie Lopez, he's a little younger, but he's not the greatest. Hemerson, Glick, not the greatest. So those are players that I could also look for positions for. But center mid, we are really light. We got Fabregas, who's, again, not even great himself. We got this guy who should be really good, but he won't be this season for us. So we are going to look for a center mid, but not in this episode. So let's just go ahead and look through a couple things. So this is our fixture list. Got a couple friendlies. I'm not going to play those. I'm going to give those to the assistant manager. I'll show you where to do that if you're not exactly sure, if you don't play this game in a minute. But that's our fixture list for the season, starting off away at Nantes. And then if we look at training, these, I'm going to go through and do this off camera. But yeah, if you, it really does help going through and assigning all the specific things for players to train. But that's not something I'm going to do on camera. For example, I'd go to Jovetic, and I'd probably just have him train stamina instead of movement, because he's really low on stamina. And with the stats that he's got, I kind of went in playing advanced forward. So you can see it suggests defensive forward. If I played him in the starting 11, it would also suggest that same position. But if I was actually starting him, I would play him as an advanced forward. Usually I either want an advanced forward or a poacher up front. So that's that screen. That's the manager options that I was talking about. Assistant manager takes control of friendly matches. We're going to turn that on and confirm, because I don't really like fucking with friendlies. Now, as for our tactics, taking a step back real quick, I forgot to go over these. So I went to attacking as opposed to balanced, left balanced width. I go with fast tempo and expressive freedom. As for defensive instructions, I leave those all the same: balanced, closing down in own half, normal tackling. I hate going to committed because it really just ups the yellow cards. I'm tempted to go cautious, but a lot of times your players won't make crucial tackles if you go to that. So normal is a good middle ground. No offsides trap, no time wasting. I hate time wasting in real life. Don't want to be that team, even if it were to cost us. Whatever. Don't want to be a time waster. And the final third, we're going to look for overlap, shoot on sight. Now for these ones, if you're wondering why I don't select more, you have to choose between the two. So I wouldn't actually mind like between these two just doing both, like either or. But out of the two, I'd probably prefer for shoot on sight. And then I want through balls, mixed passing style, mixed passing focus, mixed goalkeeper distribution. Penalty takers, free kick takers, corners, and captain. I'm going to go back and change that as soon as we have our full lineup. We're still going to make a few signings, probably at least 3 more signings, I would say. I was about to say before the transfer window is up, that's actually one of the settings in this game. If you unlock an achievement, you can turn off transfer windows. We don't have transfer windows, loan restrictions, or player permits, just because I think all those are like just a pain in the ass. In real life, I would love it if there were just no transfer windows and you could just make a transfer whenever you wanted it. That would be nice. The only thing that I left off was Sugar Daddy, which is an option just because I would have had like probably around 100 million to 120 million to spend instead of 52, and that's just a little overpowered. I do want to actually put that back up to the top. We'll confirm that. Yeah, so that's all that stuff. Board request, eventually I'm going to want to improve these to the max. That's the first priority here. And I also like to expand the stadium, but they're not going to approve that. I mean, I can go and ask, but this is what they're going to say. Yeah, not prepared to improve the club stadium at this time. But as for my manager profile, they all started at 10. I bought one player. My domestic player bias went down, so did my youth policy. But those will go back up eventually. Manager rank first. Not too sure about that. I don't think I'm the best manager in the world, having never played a game. I'm not going to go through all these menus, but if you guys haven't played the game before and you want me to go into detail on any of these, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, I think that's about it for this first episode. When at the start of the next episode, I'm going to be going into the transfer market, which this is what that screen looks like. You can look for players in all different positions, search for specific attributes, all that good stuff. So that's what we'll be doing next episode. I would imagine next episode I'm probably going to finish up transfers, and the one after that is probably when I'll be playing the first games, obviously not including the friendlies. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying it so far, if you're looking forward to seeing some Football Manager, leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying it, and I'll see you guys next time.